One of my favorite science fiction topics I like to muse about is how life would be if humans had evolved to sleep once a year instead of once a day. You would think it would make sense that we should have evolved that way, at least for me, because I have very serious wintertime depression, and during the spring or the summer, I often don't feel like I have enough time because for me, I grew up as an introvert and I'm kind of becoming an extrovert, and I'm kind of a little bit of both. And oftentimes after work, for example, I'd love to mingle with people. But then after I mingle with people, I also love my alone time. I love to write computer games. I love to go view the night sky. I have a few favorite vantage points. And then oftentimes, when I go on vacation during the summer, I like to spend time with people. And then I love my alone time. And then I also love to go out and meet new people. And oftentimes it's a juggling act. There's not enough time for all of that. And to think that so much of our time is wasted in the wintertime depression. Every time I think about that problem, both of them, I wish I could sleep through the winter and not have to sleep during the summertime, and then I could spend my day mingling with people, and then spend my nights alone. And then I think about my food. I wish I could eat two or three big meals every year instead of eating every day, right? Eating 365 or more times during the year, right? The reason I would like that is because I don't like my food choices here in Seattle, or anywhere really. I wish I could go somewhere and eat all the food up there. Uh, the other thing is that food is a whole lot cheaper in a lot of places that I like to travel for vacation. My family's from Taiwan. I sometimes go back to where I went to school in Rochester, New York. I still have some friends there. And then I love to travel to a lot of developing countries. And if I could just travel and eat a giant meal, say in Taiwan or in Eastern Europe or maybe in parts of Japan or even Rochester, right? That would save me a ton of money, and it would almost pay for in some cases probably pay for the trip itself, right? The other thing, this is a subtle benefit, but the other thing is that I talk about in my other videos how I've lived in my car during the summer before, but I was thinking about it. If I'm awake 8 months in a row, I probably don't even need a car or a home. I could live on foot. Because well, think about it. I live on foot 16 hours during the day anyway. If I'm up the other eight, that's not a problem either. So yeah. I was just thinking how wonderful life would be if we could. So here's what I would do. I would probably, if years became days, I would probably go to bed right after Thanksgiving every year. I was just thinking about this and wake up around this time of year. Right, I'm recording this in the middle of March. I like Thanksgiving and it's bearable, so that's probably when I would go to bed. I would probably take a trip around May or June. I would go to Gdansk Bay. I like the swimming in the Gdansk Bay during the summer, and then I would eat my lunch there. Right, I would eat. How many calories would that be? About 300,000 calories a meal if I were eating two meals every year. And then I would go to Taiwan sometime in late October, early November, because it's starting to get cold here in Seattle. And then I would eat my giant dinner over there, right? Another 300,000 or so calories, right? Oh, and I would save so much money on those two meals that it would probably pay for the trip itself, right? And no more wintertime depression. I could have plenty of time during the summer to mingle with people and then to spend time alone, right? That's always the challenging part, right? I love both. Uh, what else could I do? I wouldn't ever miss any events in the sky. I often get thrown out of whack because I want to view a lunar eclipse or some kind of something in the sky. I love viewing the night sky. It always throws my sleep out of whack for weeks in a row. That would be a thing of the past. Although if there's something in the wintertime I want to see, that might be tricky, right? But yeah, I'm a little disappointed humans didn't evolve that way, right? You would think that this would be a much more sensible way to live, especially in places where it's significantly colder. And like I mentioned, 8 months out of the year, you won't even have to think about shelter very much, right? You would think this would make a whole lot more sense in a more primitive society. I guess if we had evolved so that years became days, this might not work so well if everybody is doing it. Who knows? Maybe I'm thinking from the perspective of I'm the only person who does it, right? If everybody does it, you would think that what I'm doing wouldn't be so cheap or so available anymore, right? Anyways, I guess eventually days will become years because the Earth will become tidally locked to the sun, right? And then a few billion years from now, I guess I could have my wish.